So water's flowing into the pool. And 5 different times is recorded how much water there was. I want to estimate the instantaneous rate of change at the 20-minute mark. This is long. Time. So water's flowing in. This is some continuous function, right? Would this be a continuous function? Yeah, it wouldn't instantly change volume. There's always a steady volume. I don't know what the function looks like. I mean, it could do something like this, but we have no idea. But probably not, right? It would probably be a nice, smooth function like that. We're trying to find the instantaneous rate of change, which is the slope of the what? At one point, it's the tangent line. Right at the 20-minute mark. So we're trying to guess the slope of that line right here. Why can't we do what we did on Friday? Why can't we just pick values really, really close and find the average rate of change?
It's asking for the instantaneous change.
It's definitely asking for that, but last class we did this, like the average rate of change. We did like f of, it was like 2.999 minus f of 3 over 2.99 minus 3. And then we kept plugging in numbers that get closer and closer and closer. Remember this? Okay. So why can't we do that for this problem?
Because we don't have what's between 15 and 20 minutes.
Definitely. And why don't we have that?
We don't have an equation.
We have no equation. So we need, if we had to do that method, we have to be given some function, some f of x equals, and we have no idea what it is. So here we can't do this method where you keep plugging in numbers closer and closer to that number. Does this make sense? Okay. So we need some other way to estimate it. So we find the average rate of change between these two, and that would give us the slope of that line. And then do the same thing between 20 and 25, which would give us the slope of that line. And then do what with that?
You add them up and divide them by 2.
Yeah, average those. I like that. Any other ideas? One idea, not the best option, is you could just draw the line where you think it is. And then we have one point, and then just get another point. That'd be a guess. But it's probably better to use this data. So let's do that. In fact, that is what we're going to do. So we're going to find the average rate of change on the interval 15 to 20. So that's going to be what? 3,500 minus 2,500 over 20 minus 15. And it's 200. Is that 200? Okay. And what are the units for this number 200?
Gallons and minutes.
Yeah, this is each were gallons. Gallons. Each of these were minutes. Minutes. So it's gallons per minute. Okay. So we know the slope of this line is 200 gallons a minute. Is that 300? Okay, so the slope of that orange line would be 300 gallons per minute.
Mr. Whitman,
Yeah.
on the graph at 25 minutes, it says it's at 6,000 gallons.
Not the 5,000?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so we found the. Oops. So the slope of that line was the 200. And then the slope of the orange line is 300 gallons per minute. And our best guess is going to be the average of those two slopes. So like that. So our guess of the instantaneous rate of change at one single point in time at 20 minutes, not over an interval of time at the exact moment. Our best guess is 200 plus 300, 250 gallons per minute. It's pretty much, it's not that complicated. And that's it. So when are we going to do this method? When they only give us a table of values or a graph of the values. We don't have a function. If we're given a function or an equation, I should say, that's when we use the what we did on Friday, where we keep finding averages over a very, very, very small period of time. Make sense? Okay.